This is Out Loud and Laughing.
What is up, Chosen fam? Welcome back to the studio. Today, we have a very special guest who is basically a permanent fixture in the Out Loud and Laughing Hall of Fame. If you've been with us for a while, you know his face, you know his laugh, and you definitely know his talent. He is the master of the pivot from navigating the high stakes drama of the haves and the have nots to stepping behind the camera to direct and produce. He's also the voice behind the podcast It's Been a Week, proving that he always has something insightful to talk about. He is a triple threat, a recurring favorite, and truly one of our own. Please welcome back to the pod the incredible Ben Macdonald.
That was the best introduction I've ever had, ever.
Welcome.
We love having you.
Thank you.
Ben, welcome back. Honestly, it's good to see you. And at this point, like, we should just give you the keys to the studio. You are just a fixture. We're just happy to see you. How's the world been for you?
It's been busy. It's the summer is in full swing here in Texas, so it basically feels like Satan has sat his asshole right on top of my house.
I get it. I'm in Florida. I feel like every time I walk out of my house, I walk into a breath. Like, it's just bad.
I'm sick of showering like 3 times a day. It's just like I'm not tropical. I mean, I love if I'm on the beach, but yeah.
I'm in New Jersey. It's still in the 50s, but I want to unpack this a little bit. What would Satan's asshole look like?
It's dark, so it's not really about how it looks. It's more about the feeling.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool.
It's called the Ring of Fire for a reason. For real.
I guess so. Created such an image in my mind when you guys said this.
Me too. I'm visualizing.
Yeah, just imagine it's kind of like a bathhouse.
Kind of like a bathhouse.
This sounds
with the devil.
disrespectful to bathhouses, though. I love a bathhouse.
That's true.
Ben, we've had you on so many times and we love having you back. You're like the orgy that we keep inviting over. But we've never actually dug into like your background as like a child. Like you were a kid in like theater, like now you're acting, you have a
still a kid.
podcast. Yeah, well, right. But like, did you ever envision where your life's gonna be today from where you were as a kid? Let's talk about that a little bit.
I always knew that I was going to be like in entertainment, and I always knew that I was going to be entertaining people. Did I think I was going to be living in Texas? No. That did not come into play until COVID hit. Like, the world just changed and I was like, okay, I never thought I would leave Los Angeles actually. So I always knew I'd be doing multiple things. Cause it's funny, when I was younger, everyone used to always tell me, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I'm like, well, fuck off, watch me. But yeah, living in Texas was kind of I still sometimes like, I wake up and I'm like, what am I doing here?
What was like one of the things that you did as a kid that was like you acting out what your future would be? Like, to walk us through like Ben's show when he was like 10 or 12, because I know I have my own. You know what I mean?
I mean, I used to invite my friends over and I would be like, okay, guys, we're going to play track and field today. And I'm going to be the coach.
This sounds like it's going in a different direction, Ben.
Correct.
And I would make them do, I had a whistle and everything. Like I would make them do, I don't know why they kept coming over. Because after the first time maybe this is more a reflection on them. Because after the first time I would have been like, yeah, I'm out. But I would always put on like shows. Like I'd be like, okay, I'm going to be, the star and you guys are the audience members. Like I would totally they all went along with it too. So
This is such a gay thing though, because John and I did the exact same thing.
yeah. And this was
What is it?
this is pre like YouTube and TikTok and this was before all that. So I remember we had a camera that would record on it wasn't a VHS, but it was like a small version of a VHS. And
Handheld.
then you couldn't do anything. You could play it on the TV, you could plug it in and play it on the TV, but you can't like put it in a computer or edit it. You couldn't do anything with it. So I'm like, we had all these tapes of footage that it doesn't go anywhere.
I played with all the movie maker softwares as a kid. I too, like, I don't know, like it was just something about making stuff, right?
Mhm.
Even if you couldn't do anything with it, for me, it was always about the process. I really enjoyed like the idea of it, getting the movie camera out, turning it on, watching that record light go on, and like really like just leaving it up to like time and everything that's happening in front of the camera. I do remember those days, and there weren't
CD-ROM.
iPads. Yeah.
On a CD-ROM. Also, because like when you talk about building things, I think about like Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah.
Like we were all building movies and amusement parks and like that was our jam.
The Sims and Roller Coaster Tycoon were like my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
We
Nope.
were talking about The Sims the other day, and I was talking to JD about how I used to make the men fall in love.
Would
could you?
it was very ahead of its time.
Yeah,
Were
tell them a joke,
you
tell them a joke, tell them a joke, and then over time, you give them a hug, and then they fall in love.
and then you could, like,
Trust me.
peck, kiss,
Yeah,
and
yes.
they would either reject you and, like, hit you, and sometimes they would, like they were into it.
I love
But
it.
would you, like, play the game where you had to earn money, or were you like me when I was just like Rosebud, Rosebud,
Rosebud,
Motherlode, Motherlode, and you would get, like, all the
all
money?
the
I didn't
money,
do Sims. I didn't have Sims in my household.
no, but Rosebud was Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I don't know.
It
What do you
was?
mean Rosebud?
Oh, or was that? Oh, no, you're right, that
No, I
was The
think that was
Sims.
The Sims. It was
But
Yeah,
there
I was
was
gonna say
because
that.
another one but there was another one in Roller Coaster Tycoon that we would type in by the cheat code that would give
I
us,
don't
like,
know.
endless money, and then I would, like, design, like, lands like it was, like, Disney or something. I'm
Oh,
like, I don't
I would
yeah.
shocker.
level mountains.
Oh, yeah. That does this all tracks, by the way. Like, Ben's operationalizing and, like, restructuring the geography, and I'm like, "That statue doesn't go there."
Disney adult. Disney adult.
The Disney
Disney
adult
doll in the
lives on.
room. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was but nowadays, like, these kids, they can just go, like, shoot stuff on their iPhone, and they have apps and AI and all this stuff to edit it. I'm like, we were making quality short films back then.
Yes.
Preach. But, like, okay, so then, like, you're in high school and you're in college, like, did you continue on with, like, the creative and with, like, in acting and such?
So I moved to LA when I was 18.
Yeah.
LA like kind of ate me up because I showed up and I was like, okay, I'm ready for my show. And I'm it's like, oh, that's not how this works. So then I went back home to Minnesota, went to college, graduated with my bachelor's in advertising. And I went to the
Interesting.
International Art Institute of Minneapolis, and we for our final project we had to do instead of like a test, you had to do this big
Yep.
project. And these ad agencies would come in, and they came in and they were like, we love your stuff, like we want to offer you a job. And I was like, ooh. So yeah, I'm actually going to LA to be an actor. So I was like, I don't want the job. And they're like, no, we're offering you, like, we really want to hire you. And I was like, I know, but like, what about like Sarah? Look at her program over here. And they were like, mm-mm. And I was like, yeah, sorry. So they couldn't believe it. They're like, we've never had anyone turn down the jobs. I was like, yeah, I'm moving to LA though. So
That's
thanks.
funny. Well, and LA has such a way of doing that to so many people, right? Like, this humbling experience that you speak of, and I'm positive that you've read countless scripts written by other people.
So positive.
But now you're in control, right? Like, you're in the seat, you have your own show, it's been a week, super successful. You're also, like, a successful working actor, but what does it feel like when you're doing the show, like, holding the mic now and setting the agenda, right? Like, what have been some of your favorite highlights or guests that you've had
Being
on?
the power toppies, basically.
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
Holding all the cards. I think, when you're doing like acting, you don't get a choice on when you work. And I think that's the hardest part is like, I audition 6 days a week. I have auditions all the time. And you can put your best foot forward and you try and all the stuff, but like you ultimately don't get to choose when you work or when you get a job. And, you know, they say if you book 20 jobs out of like 500, I know there's some crazy number, you're like an extremely successful actor. And I can look at the amount of auditions I've done to the amount of jobs I've booked, it's very low. So that part is hard. So I think when I did the podcast, I was like, wow, I get to like have creative control. I get to do it every week. And you get to like have your own voice, and you get to like, obviously you guys know it's a lot of work, but there is something I think rewarding that you get to curate it. You get to develop it. You get to brand it how you want. Whereas like everything else I do, when you're an actor, you're a prop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like when I do a commercial, I show up and they're like, move here, do this, say this. You're a prop. Like it's not
Yeah.
really, people think it's glamorous. It's not. Um, so for the podcast though, it's like you get to get on and do your own thing and say whatever you want. You don't have executives kind of like hovering over you being like, we're not doing that. But I
I
mean, what
mean,
do you guys think on that?
so I think what's interesting for John and I too is, I mean, we like being in control. Like we talked about earlier, like we bossed our siblings around when we were doing shows as kids, right? So
Hmm.
now we just boss each other around. But I don't know, it's been fun for us because we've been able to set our own agenda, bring on people that we wanna talk to, like yourself, and I think more importantly, it's just built interesting connection that we never thought we would be able to build, and, like, that's been, like, the silver lining that we didn't think would happen when starting this.
And what do you guys think? Because I always think too, when I first started and looking back, I'm like, gosh, should I have had a co host? Should I have done this with someone? But then there was part of me, maybe the control. I was like, I don't want to rely on anyone. I don't want to have to deal with anyone else's bullshit. I don't want to have to, you know, meet in the middle or compromise. But like you seem to blend really well together. I mean, obviously your family, but it seems like you guys, I mean, is it smooth, or is there ever times where you're like, do you butt heads on things?
Well, I think you just hit the nail on the head. We're family, and our connection, that we have that's really unique to us with our moms being sisters and our dads being brothers and being and knowing each other literally since day one on this earth. I mean, you sort of go in with this innate sense of trust already, and that's outside of the relationship that we've already forged over the last 40 years, right? And, like, Brian's my best friend, and we've been co-creators since, I don't know, what, 6 years old? Together. And so this enterprise just felt like a new platform that was easy and organic
Mhm.
to get off the ground because our relationship actually might be the core to the success of what we're building over at Out Loud and Laughing, honestly.
And we haven't fought once about this during the whole thing. Now we've been annoyed with each other a couple times for sure, but
For sure.
but other than that, no, it to your point, we've been on the same page with most of it.
Mhm.
Um, but we've also been both so open to evolving as this thing has evolved. And Ben, that's probably been probably if you wanna dig deep, it's probably your fear. You wanna shift direction, but the other person that you're working with wouldn't, and so you're scared of that potentially, and let's dig into that. What happened as a kid? No.
No, send that to your
Wait,
therapist.
how long is this episode?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Should we unpack this?
No, I was gonna say though that like a lot across the three of us though, like kind of to bring the point home, I think what's really interesting about a project like this is that it becomes deeply personal and you learn a lot more about yourself. And that's something that I didn't expect to come out of this. I mean, I think anybody can like record content and throw it up on the internet. But once you start to put a red thread through it, and once you start to really care about the quality and, your audience, I think it really starts to affect you in ways and positively, right? Like, you really start to care, and it's really a nice thing to experience. I didn't think that that'd be part of the experience.
Yeah. And I think, like, as an actor, when I show up on set, I'm reading someone else's lines. Like, so whether it's embarrassing or it's stupid or it doesn't matter. It's like I didn't write it. I'm just performing what I have to do. When you do something like this, it's you. It's your opinions. It's your thoughts. It's what's coming out. So there's a different lens when it's like, oh wait, this is actually what I think and my perspective and all that. And I do agree with, like, when these, as you've learned, I mean, I'm assuming this is the same as mine. I go back and look at episode 1 and I'm like, holy shit, how things have changed, or like
Oh, yeah.
whether it's the format, whether it's the way I speak, whether it's, I mean, I remember my first few episodes, I was dropping the F bomb every other word.
Yeah.
And I had a comedian, actually, Caroline Ray, she told me, she goes, "You're using that as a crutch." She's like, she goes, "You're funny. You don't need to swear every other word." And I was like, "No, no, I'm not." And then I went and looked, and I'm like, it was almost like a nervous, not nervous isn't the right word, but it was like a tick. Like, I just kept swearing because it was like it was filling these voids or filling empty spaces. So yeah, it's fun to see how these podcasts just kind of evolve, whether it's in branding, all the things, but it's crazy to go back
Yeah.
and look.
'Cause when we started, I mean, I think it's probably the same thing for you. When we started this thing, it was performative, and now it's all
Very.
about connection. And so when we were performing, we were like, we wanted to land something that we thought people would wanna hear, even though we had no idea who would be listening or following or, John and I still have an audience of 1. But what's awesome is, like, while I think it's fun to be authentic and be ourselves, and that's somewhat easier than, to your point, scripted actor, it's also really difficult. Because,
Hmm.
like, at least on our podcast, we're talking a lot about interviews and we're working with people directly. So John and I have to do a lot of preparation. We want to make sure when we're talking to Ben that we know exactly who he is and we're asking the right questions. And there's a little bit of pressure and pre-work that like has been added to our plate. However, we've seen the fruits of that planning and it's been working really well.
Yeah. When I first started too, I was very like structured. I like had it
Mm.
scripted. I had like a whiteboard with like notes on it in front of me that I was like, make sure you hit these points. And it was also like, it's got to be funny, so hit these jokes. And then when I let that go, and now, like, a lot of my when I started, I'm like, this is going to be a comedy podcast. We're just going to talk about funny things. And I'm like, now it's very deep at times.
Yes.
Or there's times where it's actually very heavy, and I'm like, God, I never thought I'd fucking be doing that. But there are moments where it's like, wow, this is heavy, but it's meaningful. I've had people in my small town come up to me and be like, your podcast has changed my perspective on gay people, on people of color, on that. Like, you've really opened my eyes. And I'm like, wow. I mean, there was
Yeah.
at Christmas time, someone listened to my episode with the charity about, for children, and they donated anonymously $10,000 from hearing it on here. So I was like, Wow, is it actually changing something?
Right?
That wasn't in
Am
the
I
plan either.
am I driving impact? I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but it's
And if
fun.
it's fun, and that's important too. Brian and I always say the moment it doesn't become fun, it's not worth it for anyone.
Unless we're rich.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it means dragging my ass out of bed for like a $30,000 20-second job. Yeah, I'm
Then
there.
we'll do it.
Yeah.
Then I'll do it.
Yeah.
Ben, have you also been dipping your toe into directing at all?
So I did a little. Like I've first and foremost, I would say more an actor than a director. But I have a documentary that I did a few years ago called and I actually did an episode recently where we play the whole episode is the documentary.
Meta.
Um, so
Love it.
people, because if you're on like YouTube, Spotify, and Apple, you can watch it now. But also just
Shameless plug.
listening to it is interesting. Yeah.
So, because it's interesting, like when it comes to directing, um, and even acting, like I would love your perspective on being kind of a gay man in the industry. Like, sure, things have changed, things have gotten better for us, but it's still not perfect. And so, when it comes to like auditioning, like, what is it like that as a gay man? 'Cause I think you've been acting for a while, so
When I first started, I remember being like, I have to like walk straight, talk straight. I was not out publicly on like social media because it was if you were a gay actor, it was okay, but you're only going to get gay roles. Like that was it.
mm,
I will say we have come leaps and bounds now. Like you can like the other day, actually, I played a straight cowboy in a gay movie.
Yeah.
So you can totally now, which it always, I mean, technically, if you're a good actor, you should be able to act either one, you know what I mean?
We've had straight actors acting gay roles for the longest time. So,
yeah.
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 So you should be able to do what, but for a long time, if you got put in that gay box, you were very pigeonholed into you're going to get gay roles, which now I think it's better. So now I just try to, whatever the character calls for, whether it's a gay role or a straight role, I try to channel that. And
Well, now that you've been doing this and the podcast, like, what's your dream job? Like, if you what's Ben doing a year from now that would make you like ecstatic?
Um, I would love to be on a series that has like some kind of cult following, like The White
Mhm.
Lotus, Stranger Things, Hunting
Sesame
Wives.
Street,
Yeah, Heated Rivalry.
Heated Rivalry, yes.
I'd love to be on one of those like shows that just like people are dying for the next season. Handmaid's
Yeah.
Tale, something like. I mean, that would be the dream. But I don't know. I think there's so many roles that come your way, and there's ones that I'm like, oh my god, I'm so perfect for this, and this is gonna be amazing. It's gonna change my life, and that never happens. And then there's ones I do, and I'm like, this is so not me. This is dumb. I don't want to do it. And then I book it, and I'm like, really? That that one? But it's just that's what I was saying. You don't get to pick when you work or how you're gonna work, really.
Listen, if Moira Rose can make crows sexy, Ben
Oh,
Macdonald can ride bareback on a horse in a Southwest commercial
He does that daily.
and have me thirsty, right? Yeah.
rest
Honestly.
in peace,
Oh
Oh,
god,
Mora, that was a
Mira
hard one.
Marinara.
angel. What an
Mhm.
angel.
We lost Diana and then Catherine. Like, we're losing all the good ones, and the ugly, stupid
And
fuckers are still
I'm
alive.
worried about Dolly Parton.
Same.
Deeply, deeply
Because
Yeah.
concerned.
she's
Goldie
act
Hawn.
she's putting on a good front, but she keeps doing these, like, kinda cryptic posts about, like,
Correct.
my health, and I'm getting busy. I'm like, "We can't lose Dolly. We
We're going
cannot."
to, but we are going to.
And I think as a community, we need to prepare for the departing of the Parton. The parting of the
Departing
part
of the Parton.
The
the
department.
parting of
The
the
department.
depart
The Departon. That's a hashtag.
That's like, we should hashtag it now, right?
We're
Oh
not
my
we're
god.
not ready for the
We're
departing.
that's a
If
whole
that happens, we'll
series.
get a medium on, and we can all just talk to Dolly. That could be the way we get her on the pod, 'cause
I have one coming on. I have a really good one.
I want one on.
Oh,
Yeah,
John,
yeah,
we should
well,
do that.
yes.
love it. Follow
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We're getting to a part where we love to play this game on our podcast called This or That. But before we get there, like you've got the acting thing, you're dabbling your toes in a few different things. You've got the podcast. How do you keep the brands separate, right? Like, how do you keep like Ben from home being different from Ben who's on the pod, being different from Ben who's on the set, essentially?
I think Ben on the podcast is real Ben.
Mm,
Like, I think that's who I am.
I love
I
that.
think actor Ben shows up for whatever the job. I mean, I look at it as a job, you know what I mean? So it's like you got to do what you got to do. I'm also a photographer. So
That's right.
I'm like the I hate to hate to say it myself, but the top headshot photographer in Dallas. So but for that, my business, it's Benjamin Macdonald. So I actually
Mm,
separate it because I don't want
classy.
people, if you look it up, they're going to be like, wait, is he an actor? Is he a photographer? So Ben Macdonald's the actor, horse rider. Benjamin Macdonald is the photographer.
I'm learning something new about you every day, and that's why I love you.
I'm a Gemini. I get bored very easy. So I'm always like,
I feel that. I feel that. Well, we just love everything that you work on, and so we're just wishing you the best always. But the drill here is we can't let you leave without putting you through the ringer one more time. So since you're a
do
pro,
it.
we've tailored these questions specifically for you, and it's time for this or that. We're calling it the frequent flyer edition. Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
All right, I love it. We're gonna start off easy. Scruff or no scruff?
Scruff.
Easy. See,
Yeah.
we
On
know
you,
that.
your man, who?
Both.
Okay, he likes hair.
Keep
Yeah.
it manly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Do you prefer radical honesty that stings or the gentle white lie?
The honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm going
Which
to be honest back to you. So, like, I mean, I can dish it and take it. I get it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
kind of agree. Just
Yeah.
give it to me.
Yeah.
I mean, and you do it so well on the pod. I think you're radically honest, and it's amazing. So keep that up for sure. Are you a butt guy or are you a chest guy?
Mm.
I would say a chest guy.
Mm. A
Yeah.
hairy chest, scruffy chest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it.
I always said chest too, but after heated rivalry, the butt has just come back.
Brian's stuck on the butt for
I
sure.
am. I don't know
I
why.
did the other day. We went and saw Wicked, and the guy playing Fiyero, the Broadway or
Mm.
the touring one. And the first thing I noticed, he was like, dude, and then it was like, boom. And I was like, wow.
And Fierro wears those really tight, like
Yes.
Renaissance pants. Yes, I'm sure
Yes.
his ass is glorious. Thank you for
The image.
I
Okay.
know.
Are you more of an early bird call time or night owl?
Early, early, early.
How early we talking?
Like, I mean, on a normal day, I'm up at around like 6, but like I can get up at, if I like, I'd rather get up at like 4 a.m. than stay out until 4 a.m.
Same.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
I
up
like
at
to get up, get the
4:30.
day started, let's go. But then I'm in bed by like 9
Yep. Or earlier.
or earlier. Yeah.
See, I'm on the same page as y'all really quick. We're gonna segue. But I take a nap. It's my European lifestyle. I take about an hour nap every day. I find a pocket of the day, and then it allows me to stay up a little bit later in the evening. And I kind of like it because I like my quiet time.
Okay. Fair enough.
You know. Do you enjoy being the muse, Ben, or being the masterpiece?
Masterpiece.
I mean, our vanity, it's really hard to hide our vanity, right? We do our
I mean,
best.
that's an easy one.
Didn't even think on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you prefer a shower or a
Bath. I
see?
love a bath. I love to like just sit, have like a drink, scroll TikTok. Yeah, love a bath.
Absolutely the
Oh,
same.
I just moved into a new apartment with no bathtub, so let's hope this is a short-lived, experience here. I can't live that long. Um, Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Like standard old school boxers?
On me or on someone else?
Oh,
Yes.
yes. I like
No,
that.
I'm gonna say briefs, actually. I'm gonna say briefs on
Well,
But
yeah, because I'm, like, trying to, like, think of, like, are those sexy anymore? Like, do
yeah,
boxer briefs are, but boxers
like
yeah,
you mean you boxers, you mean like the ones that are like flowy and like not
like
like
shorts.
yeah,
shorts.
no, briefs.
Yeah, yeah,
Briefs.
okay.
Yeah. If
I
you're
mean,
seeing someone in boxers, they're not of the age group that we should be okay.
or unless you're, like, blue collar or just got out of jail and, like, I'm looking for,
Oh,
like,
on a
just like
budget.
on a
Yeah.
fling. Yeah,
On a
then maybe
budget.
it could be hot. Yeah, on a budget. That's awesome.
Okay. Ben, you are playing baseball. Are you pitching in the game or catching in the game?
I'm having a cocktail in the stands.
Ooh, he's watching, guys.
Yeah.
She's a voyeur. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lastly, would you rather be remembered for your humor or your heart?
Humor.
Hands down.
He said,
Yeah.
"Fuck the heart."
Fuck the heart.
Well,
Like
Just
there's like that
laugh.
I
there's
don't
that
care if I'm fun or I don't care if I'm nice. Just be like, oh my God, he was so funny.
there's
You can
that
be an asshole.
saying there's that saying that's like people always remember people always won't never remember what you said, but they'll always make remember how you made them feel, and, like, I feel like you're just like, "Fuck it, just remember what I say."
Or
You
remember how
know?
I made you feel? I made you feel like I'm really funny.
Touche.
Not lying.
Uh,
Well, Ben, it's always a joy to have you back. Thank you for being a part of our chosen fam and always keeping it real with us.
Thank you guys for having me back on here.
yeah, chosen fam, if you guys aren't already, you have to go subscribe to It's Been a Week. You have to add it to your regular rotation. I love it. Every week I listen to Ben and his guests, but follow his journey. Ben, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iHeart,
Craigslist, like, you tell them.
Facebook Marketplace, wherever you want me, I'll be
The
there.
back alley, it's just fine, guys.
Yes.
Ben
Ben's
doesn't know.
somewhere.
Ben doesn't know I mailed him an Apple locating pod, and now I've got his location tracked at all times. So
Not
we're
creepy.
not creepy.
Not at all.
Uh,
But yeah,
well,
it's
thanks.
it's been a
Oh,
week.
go
It's streaming everywhere.
I love it. Thanks for listening, chosen fam. Stay loud, stay laughing, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.
This was Out Loud and Laughing.
We're available everywhere you get your podcasts: Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeart, or wherever.